My name's Jack Rhodes and I went undercover on Britain's Got Talent as masked magician, the hacker. I swapped places with Simon Cowell, made him perform on stage and then gave my own act a golden buzzer. And we're about to break down the entire act, talking through what was planned, what went wrong and what got edited out. Here we go. First things first, right? First question people ask is this set up? Was Simon Cowell in on it? Listen, the judges have not got a clue what's coming up, right? This is a genuine reaction. Simon Cowell had no idea what was about to happen. Also, Simon Cowell doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a phone, right? So we had to plant the phone and we had to plant it there without him knowing it was there. And then we put a microphone next to the phone so that the sound of it going off would be quite loud. So genuinely when he jumps, right, that is a proper jump.
Oh Christ.
Whose phone is that?
Simon, I'm the hacker.
I already can tell that's my voice. Right, what the voice that you're hearing, this was how it was live, right? So it starts off deep and then later on it goes all squeaky. Like they were manipulating that in real time. And I thought that they might, in the edit, make it a bit more deceptive. So when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, it just sounds like me, doesn't it?
And you and I are about to trade places.
I don't like the sound of this.
It's time for the judge to be judged.
That was the line. I was like, this is the line that's going to make it work. It's time for the judge to be judged. With the edit, you don't quite know which bits are going to stay and which bits are going to get cut out, which we'll mention later on, because there were certain bits that got cut out, but this whole intro they kept in, which is good. What an entrance. I don't remember there being so many boos. Was that booze? Hang on. They're not happy, are they? So we're swapping places now. And while I'm in this character, I'm being very like slow and like mysterious. For this to work, I've got to be serious in the if I come out and I'm joking and I'm telling Simon we're going to swap places and it's all jokey and clearly a Mickey take, he's not going to go for it. So it had to be serious at the start, and then once he's in place, then I can do the voice change and stuff.
Hello.
Hello.
Just completely ignore the judges. Also, I paused it. I mean, you can't tell it's me, I guess, but I've got a balaclava on underneath that. It's a good job I had that, because I can see I can see my mouth. Also, by the way, like the judges are going, hello, they've not got a clue, right? This is all new to them. So me sitting in Simon's chair, putting my feet up on the desk, that must have been quite uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Right then, Simon. Oh, what's happened to the who's on sound?
What?
Brilliant.
So this is the bit, had I started with the voice like that, I don't think Simon would have got up on stage, right? It's got to be serious at the start. But now, look at the situation we're in. Simon's on stage, I'm in his seat, and he has no idea what's coming. And actually, even though this is his show and that, it must be quite nerve-wracking being in that position, because I don't know if he's ever been in that position before where it's just him on stage and all the pressure's on him and now he's getting a taste of his own medicine.
It says here that you're going to do some magic for us.
Yes, I am.
I look at that. Simon Cowell, BGT judge. It's this stuff that you don't really know how it's going to translate when it's on telly, but the editors, they've gone for it. I like that.
And is that a full-time thing, or have you got a day job?
I think I've got a day job.
That was the line where I was like, if nothing else gets a laugh, that's definitely getting a laugh.
And what would it mean for you to win Britain's Got Talent?
Well, now you mention it a lot.
All these lines, by the way, these are all the lines that I knew that he comes out with. There was other stuff that I asked him. I said, every magician needs a good stage name. You know this, Simon. So what stage name would you like? And genuinely, for about 10 seconds, he thought about it. And then he went, SC. SC. That's like the worst stage name ever. And when they bring out his table in a minute, you'll see it says SC's Magic Table. I think I even say SC in the act, but that's why I say SC. It's such a weird, as if you pick that as your stage name.
Now listen, SC, the whole crowd's
There you go,
behind
SC.
We're willing you to do well. You've got 2 minutes to change change your life.
2 minutes to change your life, another classic.
He genuinely knows nothing about this.
Neither do we.
No, like I say, no one knew what was happening. Ant and Dec even.
Bring out SC's magic table.
Right, that table, a couple of things here. First off, the table that squeaks. This is like a bit of an Easter egg for people that have seen me perform live. That's a bit of a thing that I do, right? I've got a table on stage with me. Anytime I move it, it squeaks. In fact, I'm going on tour soon, so come and see the squeaky table. I'll leave link in the description, right? Tickets are out now. Starts January next year. Part-time wizard, full-time moron. Get yourself there. That's the end of the plug. But the squeaky table, right? It squeaks, and I don't think Simon realised that it was a sound effect, because he's going, why is the table squeaking? What? He was annoyed. Why is the table squeaking? And then he says, I think he says it now.
Why are they all doing it to me this year?
Why are they all doing it to me this year? So what I didn't know, right, there's like a couple of acts that had been on before me. I was the last act of this show, and both the acts before me had done something with Simon, right? But the one that was directly before me was this Minions act, and this aired, and they basically they dressed Simon up in this ridiculous costume, made him look a bit silly. I had to follow that, but I didn't know this. So I can see why he's like, my days, why am I getting it all this year? I mean, it's Simon Cowell, he's going to get it, innit? But so that, I didn't know that context going in, but he's already had a fair bit of Mickey taken at this point. Right, that wasn't meant to happen. That table was not meant to fall like that. Here's what was meant to happen, right? Bring the table out, it squeaks. He goes, oh, why is it squeaking? And I say, Simon, there's a whiteboard on that table, and with the power of your mind, you're going to knock that whiteboard over, right, without even touching it. So just look at the pen, Simon, look at the pen. Imagine it falling over and really concentrate. And then we sit there in like 5 seconds of silence. No, really concentrate. You're thinking about money again, aren't you, Simon? Just really concentrate. In fact, give it a magic word. Say Shazam or something. Imagine it falling over. And he goes, Shazam. And now instead of the pen falling over, the entire table falls over, right? And then I'm like, yep, the force is strong with this one or whatever. However, the table, let's say, fell early. And now it kind of looks like I've just brought this table out for no reason, but to make him look silly. And I imagine that in the edit, they wanted to take this bit out, but because there's mess on the floor for the rest of the act, they probably just had to keep it in. So not everything goes smooth. This is the thing, we're doing it live, especially like that. Even though it's pre-recorded, they can't edit it that much.
Write down the first word that comes to you. Keep it clean.
Easter egg, homage to the to my audition.
Nice and big.
I'm thinking.
Well, you've got 2 minutes to change your life, so...
You can tell though, he's getting a little bit annoyed, isn't he? I'm thinking, just quieten down, will you? But to be fair, at this point, all I've done is took the mic, brought a table out and had it fall over in front of him, so I can see why he's a little bit annoyed at this point. This is a pretty good trick, really.
Let's see if you've hacked
You know,
my
I'm thinking of a
brain.
word, he writes one down.
The word I'm thinking of is... melon.
Good reaction in the audience. There's 3,000 people there, remember?
Simon, back
Yes.
on the star, back on the twinkle, twinkle.
The twinkle, twinkle.
Oh, you're loving this, aren't you?
Oh, by the way, right, that with the envelope coming down with a really tacky question mark on it as a prediction, that also had a squeaky sound on it. So he's going squeak, 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 squeak. And again, he's going, he went, why is that squeaking now? Why is everything squeaking? Didn't realise it was a sound effect.
The brains of every
By the way,
single
this is one of the rare times, maybe the first time, but I might be wrong, that a trick works for everyone in the room, and it also works when you watch it at home. Like, it's a bit of a belter, this.
Pick up the TV remote and press play.
I am really, really excited about this. I predict.
Look at that
this
reaction is real.
gonna blow.
He had no idea. He genuinely was like, what is going on here? And I did use AI to sort of manipulate the video, make it look like it was something different. And the idea being that obviously I've hacked him or whatever.
Here are lots of random objects. A suitcase, a backpack, some really cool glasses. Let's mix them up.
The really cool glasses that I remember laughing at that in character. So I'm sat in his chair, the really cool glasses thing comes up, and I remember laughing out loud at my own joke. That's bad, isn't it? And then having to quickly go, oh, hang on, I'm in character here, I can't laugh. I'm still... But I was just sat in the chair. At this point, the act is kind of done. The hard work's done. I'm now sat, and I'm basically sat with my feet up, just enjoying the show. I'll tell you what, I'll just play this, follow the thing, because this is... It's pretty clever, this.
Let's mix them up. Focus on any one of these objects. Now find the nearest red object. Next, search for the nearest yellow object. Finally, look for the nearest green object. Completely random. You could all be thinking of a different object. Don't forget it.
You can kind of tell if you listen that it's kind of an AI voice, but it's pretty good, to be fair, for what it is. It's mad that AI can do that now, isn't it? Anyway, everybody's thinking of a thing, an object. You're probably thinking of one now. Now for the big reveal.
Every single person in this room and at home is thinking of a random object that you've put in their head. That envelope...
Build it up,
with a
build it up.
prediction you wrote
Everybody's
before
thinking
the
of an
show
object.
has been here
I
the
know,
whole time.
people are at home
Go
now
ahead,
thinking of an
take
object.
it,
I mean, it's pretty
take it
cool
out,
knowing
show
that
everybody what
however
you
many people,
wrote
however
before
many
the
millions of people watched this, it worked on them as well. Apple. Pretty cool trick, that. And it's nice making it look like Simon did all the work, isn't it?
Right, Simon, let's see what the judges think.
Yeah, so
This was the bit I think I was most looking forward to. Turning it on the judges. They've cut out what Alicia and Bruno said. I guess they wanted to get to the golden buzzer bit straight away. But they had a lot of fun just... I mean, they now get to judge their boss.
I'm not going to judge you too harshly because what we love on Britain's Got Talent are triers. And I think we've tried very
Thank you.
hard.
Thank you very much.
She's good. She's enjoying the moment as well, and she is laying into Simon. Finally, have a bit of that. Have a bit of your own medicine.
I didn't really like it. I loved it.
Classic line, big cheer, and then before anybody even knows what's about to happen, look at this. This is the moment. This is what we've all been leading up to. I knew that if the act works, I can get to this point, and I'm going to give Simon Cowell the golden buzzer. And I swear to God, this is the most fun I've ever had performing anything, hitting that buzzer and seeing it all light up. It genuinely, the place erupted. And he honestly is looking around like, you what? In fact, they cut this out, but he's going, you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's against the rules. Look at that. I've won. Why don't we double the prize fund this year? Do you know what? I mean, in the moment, I thought he was a little bit annoyed with the hacker thing and then getting the golden buzzer. But watching it back, he's making jokes. Can we double the prize fund, please? So, he's into it, I think. Then at this point, a wave, disappear, and what they cut out was backstage, I went and gave Simon a big hug, and he just said nothing to me. Looked me dead in the eye. And then I just walked out, give Ant and Dec a high five. I've done my bit. See you later. I've actually done a full breakdown of this act, how I went undercover, did the whole behind-the-scenes stuff. If you want to see that, have a look here. In the meantime, go get tickets to see me live tour, or I'll dress up in a red leather outfit, come round your house and make you do a magic act. Have a bit of that.